Worth to buy Huawei Mate X2. In this account, we talk about technology, gadget, marketing, and whatever we want. So let's get started. Huawei's new foldable phone is here. The Huawei Mate X2 is the Chinese company's latest foldable phone, combining top specs and design with the company's own software. The Huawei Mate X2 launch event took place on February 22, and we learned about Chinese pricing and availability there, so we're still waiting on that information for a global launch, though there's no confirmation it'll come out elsewhere. In China, people will be able to buy the phone starting February 25. That's a pretty quick turnaround. The phone costs 17,999 Chinese yuans, roughly $2,785, 1,985 pounds, 3,530 Australian dollars, for 256 GB storage and 18,999 Chinese yuans, around $2,940, 2,095 pounds, 3,730 Australian dollars, for 512 GB. If those conversions are even remotely accurate, this will be a pricey phone. For context, the last handset, the Mate X's, cost a princely £2,299, around $2,750, 4,200 Australian dollars. The Huawei Mate X2 is a book-style foldable phone, meaning it opens up from a standard smartphone to turn into a tablet-style device. Previous Mate X foldables used a similar design except they had their displays on the outside. The Mate X2 has it on the inside. This primary display measures 8.01 inches diagonally, with a resolution of 2480 by 2290 Hz refresh rate. The other screen is 6.45 inches, with a 2700 by 1160 resolution and the same refresh rate. At the launch, Huawei made a point of describing the hinge. It's supposedly very small, so when you fold the phone closed, there's no gap between the two sides. It's also tapered like a wedge, so it gradually gets thicker. At one end it's 4.4 mm thick, and we don't know the thickness on the other side. There are a few benefits to this. Firstly, it lets the camera bump be thicker without the actual phone getting too chunky, as when closed, the average thickness balances out. Check out what we mean by this below. Secondly, the center of mass is on one side, so you can more easily hold the phone with one hand, similar to an Amazon Kindle Oasis. There are 4 colors for the Mate X2, pink, black, white and blue, though it's not clear if all 4 options will be offered in other regions. The Huawei Mate X2 has 6 cameras in total, 4 in the main array, and 2 selfie snappers and a pill-shaped cutout in the outer display. The 4 main snappers are a 50MP primary, 10MP periscope, for 10x optical zoom, 12MP telephoto, for 3x optical zoom, and 16MP ultra-wide camera. The 2 front cameras are an 8MP main and 16MP ultra-wide camera, which should allow for a diversity of options when you're taking solo or group selfies. At the Mate X2 launch event, Huawei made it clear that you can also use the primary camera array for selfies by unfolding the phone, so the main snappers are facing you. This does make the selfie snappers seem somewhat redundant though. The Huawei Mate X2 battery capacity is 4500 mAh, and the handset has 55 watts fast charging. The Huawei Mate X2 uses the Kirin 9000 chipset, which should provide superfast processing speeds, as well as improved battery optimizations for longer battery life. That chipset allows for 5G connectivity too, if you have such a contract. The Mate X2 has dual SIM capabilities, so you can slot 2 different SIMs in and make the most of different networks. Speaking of dual things, the phone has dual stereo speakers, so you should get a surround sound effect when you're listening to music or watching videos. The software is Android with Huawei's Emulate over the top, but alongside announcing the Mate X2, the company announced the rollout of its own Harmony OS operating system. The Mate X2 is one of the phones eligible for this upgrade, but it sounds like the phone won't come with it installed. Huawei announced that most of the top few thousand apps in China are now optimized for foldable phones, making the device great for productivity and entertainment tools. Of course, the top apps in China are not the same as the popular ones in the rest of the world, so this could be an issue with the phone's wider rollout.